Hi, Kate. I hope this video helps kind of frame up the problem I wanted to chat with you about. So we relocated from the Pacific Northwest to Northeast Ohio. It'll be 3 years in July, and we are one by one tearing our house up and putting it back together. So we are pretty close to finishing our kitchen. We did an IKEA kitchen. And my husband, I have to say we, but he really does it all. We installed this really long, this is like a 9 foot island, whereas before we had two 30-inch cabinets together. It was a 5 foot, pretty standard island. So we're just trying to rethink our space. And you can see we're almost done with our backsplash. We're getting there, one little bit at a time. So when we moved into our home here, there was a half wall with a pillar. We had that removed to create one open space. We redid the fireplace, and my husband Brian built these built-in cabinets. And so I'll give you a closer look at those, what we have going on. The plants aren't always here, by the way. Now that I'm seeing it, it looks like I have a problem. But we have a new puppy, and so I just have them up, out of her way. We also have this space, which is sort of a topic for another day. We did have this opening expanded because it was very strangely narrow and just open to that room. So we felt like opening it just brought in more light. You can see, let me just make the circle and then I'll sort of talk through the problems. There's the puppy, the other end of the kitchen, back here. Okay, so some of the things we're trying to accomplish is we have a lovely dining room table that my husband also built, and we're trying to go for sort of a modern farmhouse aesthetic here, but I lost my train of thought. So we have this table, which I bought used, and I was hoping actually the diameter was a little bit smaller than this. So the idea is that we don't have a kitchen table since we have this huge island and the dining room table. So usually I have these two chairs. This one I have a match, and this is out a little bit more into the kitchen, just as a place to sit and have your coffee. And because we're kind of in construction mode, it's a wee bit of a mess today. So we're trying to blend these two areas of the kitchen and the family room. And what we like the most is we like the line of sight to the fireplace. So blocking that just hasn't felt right. It also makes the flow of traffic, here a little awkward, especially when our basement door opens, because of course the kids are always going down there. So in terms of furniture I have to work with and the placement, like I said, is sort of where I wanted to start. We have this leather chair, my fig. We have this chair. This is the pair to the one we see in the kitchen. This table is, this is a 4x4 table. It's, we like it very much. It does take up a lot of real estate. We like it because it's wood, it's a natural element. I can pile clearly a lot of stuff on it. This is the sofa we have. I think this is 72 inches. And I think in an ideal world, one day I would have two sofas, one here and one here. But until then, sort of making do with what we have. And of course, this table and this matching chair. So I would say, in general, some of the challenges we've had is that this room, so we have the built-in bookcases, so the corners sort of lobbed off. The windows aren't centered on this wall here, so that's strange. We've always thought it would be just lovely to have a chair here, but we just kind of can't get the configuration right. And as I back up a wee bit, this room, to give you a sense, it's longer than it is wider. So we're sort of dealing with a rectangular shape. So that's sort of what we have going on. I do also have this piece of furniture, which has been problematic. Right now it's sitting in between the two rooms, potentially on its way to our basement. Perhaps repainting it is an option. We have tried this black bookcase here, and it was okay. I think, the color being black just sucks a lot of the energy out, so I'm not opposed to repainting it. I think it would need something on top to sort of bring your eye up. So that's that. And then we have had the couch here before, which is, I think, sort of ideal. One of the things we were trying to contend with, however, was this chair's leather. And when it was in the window here previously, that's a west-facing window, so we get a lot of direct sunlight in the afternoon, which, is something I can overcome with a throw and closing the blinds, of course. So that's where we are. So, the goal is to sort of combine, the kitchen and this family room as a livable space to create this sort of small seating arrangement that's really inviting and super casual and something you don't see in all these prefab houses. I should say we're outside of Cleveland, Ohio. We're in a home that's, 20 to 25 years old, just sort of plagued with all the things that houses built then are plagued with. So yeah, there we go. I'm not sure we care, but from a venting perspective, I have 2 vents on the floor here. So yeah, just some help in terms of furniture placement would be ideal. The one thing I don't love, I've had a hard time with when we've had the bookcase here and the table, there was just a lot happening in this corner or in this area. And so that just made it busy. And although you can't tell today, I typically like things, pretty tidy, pretty sparse, cleaned off, etc. So that's what we have. Okay, looking forward to chatting with you. Take care.